Must visit. Beautiful Caribbean spots you'll fall in love with. Number 1. The Pitons, St. Lucia. Tucked away in the southwest corner of the island, St. Lucia's UNESCO World Heritage-listed pitons rise sharply from the Caribbean Sea, two triangular volcanic plugs clad in thick vegetation. Gros Piton is slightly taller at 2,530 feet, 771 meters, with Petit Piton just behind at 2,438 feet, 743 meters. Together they form a perfect backdrop for your St. Lucian adventure. From the beach, a sailing boat, or the pool at hotels such as Stonefield Resort. Alternatively, hike the well-marked trails on Gros Piton to experience their breathtaking beauty up close. Number 2. The Baths, Virgin Gorda, British Virgin Islands. The giant granite boulders that sit in a tumbled pile at the Baths on Virgin Gorda, some 40 feet, 12 meters high, form one of the most unique sights in the Caribbean. They also create a labyrinth of caves, passageways, and pools that are a delight to explore and a fun way to reach the white sands of Devil's Bay on the other side. Take time to soak up the ethereal atmosphere of the famous Cathedral Room, a pool of crystal-clear water. In a cavernous space, illuminated by light that seeps between the cracks where the huge boulders meet. Number 3. Terre de Haut, Guadeloupe. Terre de Haut Island is the easternmost island in the Île de Saint, part of the archipelago of Guadeloupe. It is the most cosmopolitan of Guadeloupe's outlying islands, popular with sailors and divers alike, and at times feels like a particularly relaxed slice of the south of France. Explore the narrow lanes and colorful wooden houses of the town of Terre de Haut. Cycle to the pristine beaches of Pain de Sucre, Bois Joli, and Pompierre. Or dive in the island's clear, clean waters famous for abundant marine life. Number 4. Grace Bay, Providenciales, Turks, and Caicos. In a region synonymous with beautiful beaches, Grace Bay Beach on the northeast coast of Providenciales is arguably the fairest of them all. Its soft white sand and turquoise waters have seen it take first or second place in TripAdvisor's World's Best Beaches award for the past decade. Approaching the beach along one of its wooden walkways certainly feels special, as the perfect Caribbean tableau is revealed to you like a movie set. There are no rocks or seaweed, and a barrier reef a mile offshore keeps the water calm and still. Perfection. Number 5. Morne Trois Pitons. National Park, Dominica Gorgeous. Green Dominica is known as the Nature Island of the Caribbean. It's the most heavily forested island in the Lesser Antilles, with the beautiful UNESCO-listed Morne Trois Pitons National Park protecting around 17,000 acres of rainforest, montane forest, and elfin woodland. But volcanoes are the headline act. The Valley of Desolation, in particular, is an austerely beautiful landscape of steaming fumaroles, cascades, and boiling mud, with a thin crust of rocks and boulders stained unearthly colors by the chemicals. Number 6. Flamingo Beach, Renaissance Island, Aruba. You're lying on a sun lounger on the paper-white sands of a private beach in Aruba in the Dutch Caribbean. You sip on a tropical cocktail brought to you by a waiter looking out across a sparkling blue sea. There's one thing that would complete this magical scene, and there it is, wandering into your vision. An iridescent coral-pink flamingo, and another, and another. Welcome to the world-famous Flamingo Beach, part of the Renaissance. Wind Creek Aruba Resort. Visitor numbers are limited, so make sure to book your day pass well in advance. Number 7, Gustavia. St. Bart's Gustavia is the capital of St. Bart's, and rightly regarded as the most stylish town in the Caribbean. It certainly got the looks. The wooden, red-roofed buildings hug a gorgeous U-shaped harbor, with splashes of verdant foliage adding an urbane backdrop. Here, visitors stroll between upscale boutiques and art galleries, eat at sophisticated restaurants, and enjoy the lively nightlife. Those interested in history can wander the ruins of Fort Gustav and Fort Carl, drop by the Wall House Museum or visit Vieux Clocher, the oldest building in Gustavia. Number 8. Bonaire the Bee in the so-called ABC Islands of the Dutch Caribbean, Aruba and Curaçao make up the rest. Tiny Bonaire is a beguiling mix of otherworldly natural landscapes, such as the salt mounts pictured here, colorful Dutch architecture, and some of the best diving and snorkeling in the region. Just 80 miles off the coast of Venezuela, there's a Spanish influence too, especially around Rincon, the island's only real town besides the capital Kralendijk. White sand, beaches, and clear turquoise waters are present and accounted for. They're just a lot less crowded than elsewhere in the region. Number 9. El Limon Waterfall, Dominican Republic. The stunning El Limon Waterfall sits at the end of a 1.5-mile path that twists through lush, hilly terrain teeming with bird life, native royal palm trees, and wild pineapples. Your reward is a gorgeous curtain of cascading water surrounded by peaks covered in lush greenery, tumbling 130 feet, 40 meters, into a natural pool of emerald green. A quick dip is mandatory, but take the time to lie back and soak up the view amid the roar of the rushing water. Number 10. Vieques, Puerto Rico. Perched off the eastern coast of Puerto Rico, Vieques is a laid-back island where the beaches are long and empty, and life is lived at a much slower pace. Only 20 miles long and 4.5 miles wide, locals on mainland Puerto Rico have nicknamed the island Isla Nena and regard it as their little sister. Wild horses famously roam free here. You're more likely to see a pony on the beach than a person, and the bioluminescence that illuminates Mosquito Bay at certain times of year is among the brightest and most intense in the world.